Hello and welcome to the Limitless Landscapers podcast. I'm Paula, your host, and today I'm talking about discipline versus motivation and what that means for you and your business. So, if this sounds right up your street, let's go to the show.
As the co-founders of the Landscaper Circle, we help you get more money, time and freedom to become limitless through our experiences as fellow landscapers and our tried and tested methods. If you want help with your marketing, managing or growing your business, you've definitely come to the right place. If you're a landscaper, garden designer or supplier to the industry, then hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get back to the show.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Limitless Landscapers podcast. How are you guys? How are you doing? How's the business going? What's going on? I love to hear what's happening in your businesses and your lives. So drop me a message, Paula at thelandscaperscoach.co.uk, to update me on anything exciting that's going on, anything you want to celebrate, any problem, anything like that. I love to hear about it. So, as I said, today I'm talking about motivation versus discipline. And the real thing is, what gets you through your business? Is it the motivation or is it the discipline? And I've been thinking about this lately, mainly in relation to my bodybuilding journey, because that takes a lot of motivation and more discipline. So I wanted to go through this because it's quite an interesting topic for me, and I think it's good for you guys if you are currently in the middle of building your business, as am I, or if you are just starting your business. Your motivation will wane, whereas discipline is what gets you there. So let's start at the beginning. So motivation, what is it? Essentially, it's the driving force that compels us to take action. It's that initial spark. It's essentially your passion. So you feel passionate about something, you get excited, you have this enormous sense of motivation. And then to actually action these ideas or these passions of yours, you actually have to exert some discipline, because discipline is the consistent pattern of behavior or actions taken to achieve a desired outcome. Essentially, it's the follow through. It is the how you are going to get to your goal that you've set out. Now, your motivation, if you don't have either of these things, you're probably going to fail, because if you're not motivated to achieve something and you're not disciplined to carry out all the actions that are needed to get there, then you're probably going to fail. So you need a bit of both, really. But I would say discipline is more important than motivation. Now, why? Motivation is essentially your why. It links to your goals. It links to what you enjoy. It links to reward. It links to social respect as well. So you can be motivated by earning a lot of money. If you're in sales, that's what I was when I was in sales. I was motivated to earn as much money as possible. So I saw the commission as my goal. So I was highly motivated to close those sales. As a business owner, I am highly motivated to keep my business running. So therefore, I am highly motivated to close those sales still. It has some of your passion. So in my previous life, I used to work in leisure centres and gyms and basically sell gym memberships. So I was selling the dream. And ultimately, I am all about health and fitness. I love the industry and I love health and fitness. So it was an easy sell because I was passionate about it and I was motivated to get everybody on board on their fitness journey. Same goes for landscaping. If it is your passion, I am not a passionate landscaper. I don't know how to landscape a garden. However, I am passionate about my landscaping business because it's something I've grown with my husband, who is the landscaper, who had the passion and has the passion for landscaping and design, to build a business together. So my passion lies in building the business, not necessarily in the landscaping. And we have set goals. So they're our motivation. We have the goals set up in place, what we want to do with the business, our exit plan, what that looks like to us, what our financial goals are, what our time goals are, and essentially everything else. So you need to look at your goal setting. You need to look at what makes you happy, what your passion is, and what rewards you're looking for. Because if all of that fails, then your motivation is obviously at a low point. It's also about social recognition. Are you doing this to prove something to someone? I know for a fact that I have gone a lot of my life trying to prove myself to be the best, to impress certain people, to show them that I can do it. Anyone who's told me no or you can't do this have been a massive motivation for me to go ahead and do it. However, to actually achieve the outcome set and the goal set, you need enormous amount of discipline. You need discipline in order to manage your time. You need discipline to make plans and set routines that you're going to stick to. And that takes discipline. It is crucial for achieving any goals you've got set, whether it's personal, business, or anything else. You need a certain amount of discipline to in order to get you to do the stuff, to do the actions. But you see, there's problems. There's problem with both, really, but mainly the problem with motivation is you can lose it fairly easily. How often have you been really motivated to get something done in your business and then something's happened and you thought, oh, screw that, I'm not doing that, I can't be bothered. Motivation wanes a lot. You can lose it. Your emotions play havoc on your motivation levels, and it's not always a constant thing in your life. So motivation has many issues with it because it doesn't stay constant. Now, discipline, on the other hand, I don't see that it has many problems at all, because discipline is the art of setting actions, action setting, setting your routines and your goals. So it's quite simple, really. You just have to make a plan, you have to set up a routine, and you just have to do the things. You don't have to feel motivated, you don't have to feel happy, sad, whatever. No emotion should affect your discipline levels, which is the main difference with motivation and discipline. And because motivation tends to set the direction, discipline will provide the structure. So it's all about the actions. Motivation will inspire you to do something, but discipline will ensure that you actually get it done and follow it through. So I think it's really important, although it's important to have a balance of both, I really think it's important to focus on the discipline over the motivation, because I know for a fact for me, I'm currently on this bodybuilding journey. I'm 24 weeks out from my first competition. So it sounds like a lot of time. However, in order to get there, there are certain things that need to be done, and it's a tick box daily that needs to be done in order to hit my goal in September. And the thing is, I am motivated because I want to see what I can achieve with my body, my fitness. I also want to see if I can win this competition in my first season. And I want to see if I enjoy competing as an athlete. So that's my motivation. It's a challenge. It's something that I've always wanted to, not always, but it's something that's been on my radar for the last few years. And unless I do it, it will continue to be there. So that's the motivation. The discipline is setting up the routines to do my checklist daily. Now, that consists of eating to plan, set times, set schedules, set food, set macros. It involves making sure I consume the amount of water that's required, the supplements that go along with that, such as electrolytes, creatine, vitamins, all of these sorts of things. It means posing every single day, because that is my hardest part of this whole journey. It means training 5 days a week. And it also means doing cardio 7 days a week. So a set amount of cardio 7 days a week. It also means ticking off a certain number of steps every day as well, and getting enough sleep. So making sure I get 8 hours sleep a night. This is all required in order to achieve that goal that I set myself, that I was highly motivated to do. Now, as we go through this prep, it's going to get harder. I'm under no illusion that this is going to be difficult. However, what I am certain of is that the discipline that I have and the routines that I've set will allow me to get there regardless whether my motivation disappears or not. So, what are the top tips for motivation? Because we need to keep an element of motivation there. So, how am I going to keep myself motivated to get to that goal in September? How am I going to keep myself motivated for the next 10 or so years of me running this business in order to be able to step away? Ultimately, it's goal setting. Ultimately, it's making sure you've got your goals set out, that you can see them every day. I've got my Aura Landscapes goals set up on my wall to my right here. You'll look on, to the left of you guys, but they're set up that I see every single day, what actions need to be taken, what I need to keep in mind, what's my overarching goal for the business. And then you need, or you can have, these are all things that can help you increase motivation. Setting a vision board. I've always got vision boards going on just so that I can remind myself of why I'm doing things. Again, motivation is connected to your why and your passions. Affirmations, daily affirmations is really good to keep you in that positive mental attitude, that mindset that you need to basically keep yourself highly motivated. Visualization, so visualizing the end goal. So I currently always visualize myself on that stage because that's where I want to be. I visualize winning. I visualize how it's going to feel, how I'm going to look, all of the above, in order to try and keep that motivation there. And also celebrating along the way. A lot of us achieve a goal and then we're looking at the next goal and the next goal and the next goal. We're not literally celebrating how far we've come. And I guarantee you, if you looked back over the last few months or the last year, you would see how far you've come at any point. There will be something to celebrate. With regards discipline, my top tips for keeping yourself disciplined is creating a routine. So setting out your weekly schedule is key. Your daily tasks, your daily, not just your daily tasks, because your daily tasks can take, basically, they can be anything and everything, but actions that are going to move that needle forward, that are going to move you towards those goals that you are setting yourself. So even though you might do, I don't know, 7 actions that are just firefighting or admin or things that have to be done in the business, perhaps you've got 2 or 3 actions that you can take every day that are actually going to go towards, move you towards that end goal. So it could be maybe you want another team. You've got lots of different actions you can take in your business to grow it, but maybe one of them is to set that email campaign live to try and generate the work, that once you've generated the work, you'll have enough money in the bank to be able to support a new team in your business. And that's the kind of thing you've got to think about. What's going to move the needle forward? How are we going to get to those goals that we've set? There's also an element of self-control. You have to be controlled. For me, at the moment, my self-control is I have to make sure I make time to do all of the tick boxes. It means I have to be super in control of food, which is really difficult because I love food, particularly over Easter. I love chocolate, and Easter eggs are my downfall. Avoiding them is difficult, but it's had an element of self-control in there. It's also the self-control that you are going to plan your weekly schedule, for instance. It's the self-control that you are going to say no to certain things in order to be able to say yes to more important things going on. It's about thinking about what you can control in order to get to those goals, in order to remain disciplined in life. And the third tip for discipline is setting deadlines. Now, I don't know about you, but I am super hot on deadlines. I love a deadline because I actually work better towards deadlines than I do non-deadlines. So if no one gives me a deadline, it doesn't get done. If they give me a deadline, it will get done. It might get done the day before the deadline, but it doesn't matter. It will get done. Deadlines are key. So to remain disciplined, you need a deadline. See, my deadline is September. I have a strong fixed deadline. It's not going to move. I've just got to do all the things to get me there, which goes back to the routine and the self-control. So yeah, I want to talk about discipline, self-control, discipline and motivation today, because I think it's key for all of us, no matter what goal we're striving to do, because without discipline, I don't think you can get there. Motivation comes in and out. Initially, yes, you need the motivation, but essentially what will get you there is your discipline. That's it from me today. A little bit of discipline and self-control in life and in business in order to up level ourselves and our businesses going forward. Now, if you are interested in working one-to-one with me or need some help in your landscaping or garden design business, drop me a message, paula@thelandscaperscoach.co.uk, or follow me on Instagram, send me a DM. Just get in touch however you wish. We are also running a webinar very shortly. Myself and Kendall from Build a Story. You might have seen him on the podcast a few episodes back now. We are going to be talking about the foundations of business, and not just business items. It's going to be what you need in place to build a successful landscaping and garden design business. So if that's of interest, keep your eyes peeled, watch out for Instagram posts and emails that will be coming out where you can join the list to and secure a space on the webinar, which will be coming out later on in April. Really excited to be hosting it with Kendall because he is all about marketing and he's all about online marketing, websites, customer journeys. So he fits exactly opposite to me. So I'm all about the systems, the business side of things, and he's all about the online marketing, etc. So we work together really well. And I'm really looking forward to our very first webinar together. It will be one of 3. So I suggest keep your eyes peeled and get on that list as soon as we start marketing it. So if you've got any questions, let me know. If you love this podcast, please leave a 5-star review. I love seeing the reviews of you guys, and it motivates me to carry on recording new podcasts for you. So ciao for now, and I'll see you shortly.